Pedro Pascal's brother's name be? Looking like that guy. Clavicular is here to talk about how to be handsome real fucking hard. So hard, more handsome than you could be for sure. Everyone should have incredible anxiety that they have not become as handsome as possible. Clav?
Do you go by Brayden anymore?
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Your name?
Why not?
I would just say that I kind of like to keep my personal identity a little bit, not necessarily private, because pretty much all my information is doxed out there, but it's sort of a new era in my life with all of the content I'm doing, so it doesn't even really feel like when I hear that name anymore that it resonates almost in a way.
Fascinating position to take in an otherwise right-wing space. Like when I hear a trans person talk about their identity and stuff, there's so much resistance, but he doesn't want to call you by your birth name, and you're like, no, I like my adopted online moniker more. It doesn't even resonate with me that that's my name when you say my name. And I, to some degree, understand that because my birth name is not Jake. It's slightly a nickname, I suppose. No one calls me Jacob. Did they choose this guy specifically from 60 Minutes Australia to give him a complex about his own handsomeness?
I think that young men are arguably living in the worst dating market that has ever existed, with how bad hypergamy is, with...
Okay, so hypergamy, listen, the worst dating market, with how bad hypergamy is. So men are having a bad time that women are having lots of sex? Who are they having it with? Isn't this good for the dating market, conceivably? A market? Well, women in relationships are things to have acquired, of course, not like experiences to share with one another, There has to be possession. Like, it's one thing to have connection and wish to be together in that way, but it's so weird to feel possessive.
So I would say it's kind of my mission to not only raise awareness to this, but sort of bring about a solution instead of just the typical red pill complaining and that sort of thing that you see.
So red pill shit is definitely a lot of complaining. I agree. His solution is to have incredible insecurity about the way you look and to try very hard to make that happen. It seems to me, and he genuinely talks about like doing steroids and doing at-home micro-fracture bone breaking with the hammers is a big one for him. They got him pretty viral. He did a bunch of fucking like Adderall the other day and also downers, which is not smart. But I mean, like, it's about a self-image thing. Like, you feel like you have to be this certain thing. It's like, if you want to look good, you're going to have to feel good to some degree. You can't carry yourself like you don't and still have people think that you do, no matter how you look. It's for real. How someone looks is like halfway how they carry themselves, maybe even more.
What is my personal opinion of women? Well, I don't really think that's even relevant to the point I just made. I would say that it's all pretty statistically backed, right? So we take a look at all the stats that are released by like the online dating apps, how the bottom 80% of women are going for the top 20% of the profiles on there. So
I guarantee you those things funnel to paying members who have a particular use style and who meet a certain not like personal visual criteria, but it's like the way the shot is framed, like on the profile picture. It's the way the profile is organized and the words that it says. It's like so much more beyond just like, I think that guy is a cutie or whatever. And certainly not like, what does the top 20 mean? Like the number of people that get swiped or what the fuck ever? Do those people also have the top 20% of like successful fucking marriages and relationships? Or is it just fucking like you're saying is bad? Because you said hypergamy is bad.
And that's enough to kind of justify that hypergamy is a real thing.
So it is just hypergamy. So it's bad, but you want to achieve it? So if it's bad, why are you trying to be like, yep, I'm going to steer into the skid and do the bad thing?
And that there is something going on that's horribly wrong with society.
What do you think that is?
Well, it's like I just said, it's female hypergamy.
They absolutely picked this because they knew just go in there and like really subtly fucking big dog him the whole time. The kids are calling this mogging now.
Looks maxing is just another form of self-improvement that is a little bit more holistic, I guess you could say, than the traditional self-improvement that was usually just, physical fitness.
This is just a reinforcement of all the toxic shit that they've done to women, and I think they're just pretty much the grifters are running out of territory to colonize essentially on the board. And so they're like, they're looking at the map and they're like, okay, where can we go to sell insecurity to people? Well, we've really trod over the women in this regard. We've really, really tried to make sure that women feel insecure about certain physical attributes that they have to have in order to, be this certain thing. And we have to make the beauty market a bajillion-dollar industry. Where else can we go? You see this space that isn't filled, and society will flock to it for a novel thing. And these guys that are like red-pilled and have nowhere to go with it, so many other things. This is like just the right-wing mindset, right? Not having the right information about what the problem is, and it's your socializing, by the way. If you're a guy who feels like he needs to look max, I'm fine if you are like, I want to work on my personal style and personal expression, and I want to feel good about myself. I'm down, man. I don't think what should make you feel good about yourself is needing massive facial reconstruction. Like, maybe if something happens or you have, like, I have a deviated septum. I think that would take some facial reconstruction. It might make me look a little different if I got that fixed. I don't know. Maybe it'd just be the inside. Like, I could see if you got, like, your teeth got fucked up. I feel bad about it, and it sucks to not have function in my teeth or whatever. But you're just a guy. Like, on the one hand, I want him to have the freedom to do whatever he wants to his body, and I don't care. And that's really true. My thing with everybody that feels like they have to change something about themselves is like, where's that coming from? Is that for your personal happiness or for external validation? And in this case, it's external validation from other men. And it always will be. Unless, it can manifest in a self-serving way, but it isn't. This is performance. And so this isn't good. Perform for your damn self, not for anybody else, and you don't. It's really sad. Like, you just enforce the thing you say is bad here. So where did he get this from, though, right? Like, who was he watching prior that makes him feel like he has to be like this?
When did you start taking testosterone?
When I was 14 years old.
Jesus fucking Christ. Parents are real bad here. His dad is involved in this shit.
One of the main reasons I started was a lot of people on forums and were sort of talking about this.
Forums.
And just from the objective point of view that there's no reason for me to go to the gym and work out in any way other than the most efficient one, and that was with anabolic steroids.
Those are bad for you. Those are not ideal. Cis trans mask. Honestly, kind of, yeah. Not in an entirely valid way, but not in an invalid way. Part of it is because he feels very forced by society to feel a certain way about his gender. So yes, cheat code for heart failure at 30, dude. I feel like maybe in the future, there ought to be ways to get people mental health care before they just start monetizing their mental illness.
Mogging. What do you mean by that?
In that context, I just mean it's awesome.
Where does MOG come from? MOG etymology time. It originates from the acronym AMOG, which stands for Alpha Male of the Group. Yeah, that's fucking cringe. You're the male of the group, bro.
Are you mogging me right now?
Yeah, are you?
Well, in what metric?
Yeah, in what metric? Any metric? Are you fucking mogging me in any metric? No. What's that fucking explosion sound?
Status mogging.
Status? You're status mogging the 60 Minutes reporter? You guys should not think like this, right? Just chill. Just be fine. Don't even... Why? It's just... Not everything's a fucking competition, man. Holy fuck. What's crazy is you're going to try so hard to win a competition that other people will effortlessly achieve, you know?
If I was to come to you for advice, which you give out readily, would you say that I need to do something to myself to ascend?
Well, the issue is you're just giga far away on.
Giga far away, bro. Dude, we're headed into cyberpunk for real. Dude, we're gonna have chooms in fucking months.
A laptop screen, so I wouldn't be able to really say what you could do. It's very far away. So sorry about that. In terms of streaming, yeah, like a lot of the activities that I do, like, you know, clubbing every day, you know, doing certain activities like that. Is that something I would do if I wasn't a content creator? No. So that part is.
Then don't do it. Only lock yourself in a box in a room during a very specific period of time in which you allow your viewers to abuse you for their entertainment. And then let yourself out of that box otherwise and choose. Be your own man. Not like me. Don't be like me. Get out while you can. You're young. You can run away still. I'm hobbled and old. And if I try to run, they'll catch me. If you can't be fucking real, then what's the point of doing any of it? Well, you're talking about like, oh, well, statistically speaking, and the most efficient way. The most efficient way to live your life is to maximize happiness. Happiness maxing. Does it make you happy to do these things? Do we think that joy is good? Joy max? Anyone wanna fucking dude? We are happiness mogging the shit out of him.
Why do you think you have become so extraordinarily popular among young men?
Because looks maxing was the key thing that was missing from the manosphere and a lot of male internet spaces.
I love that he's like calling it the manosphere. Oh, we're in hell, man. We're in fucking hell.
If you're not physically attractive, then you won't be able to really have lasting relationships with women. You won't really gain a lot of respect from people.
Dude, let's be honest. We know a lot of people who are not exactly looks maxed who have been in happy relationships for decades. And they die in the loving embrace of their families. Like, hello, man?
I would disagree and make the argument, Clav, that character, personality, maturity, intelligence are far more important than appearance.
Well, bingo, there it is. But those are all perceived entirely differently, once again, based on your looks.
I think the reason this kid struggles to have lasting relationships is because being around him makes you sad. Yeah. The best way to have lasting relationships is to give back energy into it. And that doesn't just necessarily mean like, you know, showering them with gifts or whatever. It means when you're in space with them, taking up that space, having conversations, learning about the people that are around you. And this doesn't have to be just relationships with sex involved, but it can definitely mature into such a thing. Taking a genuine interest and also understanding that like they have an interest in you and want to share. And so you should share. Just share what is on your mind, you know?
You're just forgetting that key piece of nuance that is kind of the reason that my message resonates so well.
I think the message resonates because it's just not, like, it seems like an achievable thing that doesn't involve actually doing hard work. You're calling it, like, hacks, like biohacking. What you're selling is an easy way to achieve goals in life, right? People like an answer. And so people will take certain answers if they're of a certain persuasion. And a bunch of fucking undereducated Zoomers from the fucking COVID era in America that have been red-pilled and taught a bunch of dumb shit that isn't true. Like, none of you are happy. You're all crashing out and all getting in trouble the whole time. You're making a little money as you put yourself on display or whatever. But this is like not different than the Disney kids, except they're exploiting themselves this time. The Disney kids were at least pushed into it by their parents. And maybe his dad's has something to do with it. Maybe some of these other people have parents that are bad. I'm sure of it. But, you know, it's the capitalist incentive to be able to just exploit yourself at a young age in ways that they're not able to comprehend. Like, it's one thing to share your opinions. It's another to, like, have an unhealthy relationship with a bunch of people and trying to give them fucking very explicit life advice about how to live their lives. That's not something that I would personally be comfortable in and never have done, except you shouldn't be religious.
I think it's a hard thing to hear at first if you're someone who is genetically not good looking, if you're telling them that the world revolves around being good looking, because now they have to overcome this seemingly impossible obstacle in their life and potentially, do all these pharmaceutical drugs.
All right. The world doesn't revolve around being good looking. Some aspects of our economy will use, we'll call it good lookingness, but it's not even really that. It's like performance of good lookingness. And that's really where it's at. Like in the commune, because beauty is like so interesting. Because like, I'm going to be 100% honest. Like, I know he's trying to look incredibly handsome or whatever, and that's his goal, and I hope he feels good about himself, just like anybody. But he looks so fucking normal to me, and a little, honestly, imperfect, which is fine, because he doesn't have to be perfect, right? He doesn't strike to me as, like, the hottest guy in the club vibe. I think you would miss him unless he had these cameras around, And that's okay. He doesn't have to, but he really thinks he does, and I don't know why. I guess to excel in life. And I suppose if you see a guy saying that this is going to happen and then other people play along and then you still see him crashing out. This is the Jordan Peterson thing. He's just younger without looks maxing. Do all these things and your life will be happy. And then he's just falling apart. No more transphobia if you're like looks maxing is the only way. Okay, trans people are just looks maxing, dude. Tell me there isn't glow up when you see some schlubby, sad selfie of someone pre-transition, and they're like, I'm a little sad, I'm in my hoodie and covering up. And then you see them fucking, in whatever way they be, it doesn't matter which direction they go, you just see them fucking glow up, and they're happy and joyful and feeling hot. I've seen that 100 times out of 100. Every single time. Someone will be like, look at me 10 years ago, and now today. And it's just like 1,000,000%. It obviously makes you feel good about yourself. Then fucking cool. This fits into your worldview. There's no more need for all this. Neither is there for misogyny or these fucking sexist remarks about like fucking, women who are hypergamous or whatever. Isn't the goal to be so good looking that everyone wants to fuck you and give you money and succeed and everything? And then you just have to fucking, you get to your pick of everybody and then you get to move on and then leave everyone behind. Isn't that the fucking point of this? Why denigrate groups of people for pursuing the thing you want? It's not coherent. None of these right-wing things can ever be coherent because they all feast upon themselves. Of course, there's inner circles called transmaxing. They were already existent. Blair White was doing this way before. Danny DeVito proves him wrong. Facts! Everyone loves Danny DeVito. And frankly, Danny DeVito in his disgusting portrayal of every character he's ever been, that guy will be messy, which I fucking hate personally. I wouldn't be able to stand that job. Danny DeVito is more attractive as a person because of the way he acts. As a guy, too. Jack Black? Fuck Jack Black, but I also agree. He's considered much more attractive than he would be if he was a miser, right?
Am I supposed to feel bad if someone just gets, brutally insecure or starts having body dysmorphia? It's like, why is that responsibility on me?
That would be the effect of your words. It's not just him. Also, it's just anybody who's like involved in it, Take care of yourself. Be fit if you feel like that's what you want to do and would bring you joy. I like using my body too. God didn't. I got fucked up ankles and they hoit. And I can't do stuff very often. And that sucks. It's just eugenics, I guess. But is it? I don't even know. How does this accomplish eugenics? Like, I realize this comes from DIY eugenics. There is an ideal to achieve, but it's not achievable. Certainly not without pharmaceuticals.
It really is like copium, fantasyland stuff to tell people that their looks don't matter.
It's part of the equation of how society will treat you, but you reinforcing people to treat people who don't look as good as you think they ought to is bad. And so the like cure to the problem you're saying, like you're like, oh, well, people will treat you different on your looks. Like the problem is you. Like I think people who are considered handsome or beautiful are like vastly different from one another. You know what I mean? I don't think like this. Oh, there's this mathematical face phrenology. You can make sure that you're the hottest you could possibly be. I don't think that's true. I think people's uniqueness is what ends up making them more or less attractive to my subjective eye, right? I don't think there's like a through line in attractiveness in general. The only way you can have that is like, I feel like people who say they take that particular position dig in and try to make themselves believe like, oh, I only like brunettes, bro. Like, I don't know if that guy exists, but I'm sure that there's guys that do. Usually they're shitters and crazy. Just no experience. Yeah, exactly. There's something to be said for like hygiene in these spaces, I guess, if you want to consider that looks. It's more like self-expression. Just express yourself.
We're not disagreeing. It's just that key element that you're missing, that you can only achieve certain things if you're good looking to begin with.
You're going to sit there and tell me every happily married couple is hot to you? Fuck off.
What, because we could go through a couple anecdotes of...
It's not anecdotes. It's like most people.
A guy you know or a guy you're friends with who's fat but, you know, has a girlfriend? No, it doesn't, because this is a general rule. We're talking about society, you know, in a bird's eye view. We're going into the entire sociology of this. This is not just, you know...
Okay, can we just say women like thick boys? Can we just fucking let that be known? That's a thing. Some ladies like some thigh, all right?
I think that it's really not the hardest thing in the world to get women through other metrics.
Do you hear yourself? It's not actually hard.
You know, so maybe you could, you know, find some success in other areas besides taking extreme measures like bone smashing, like peptides. Uh-huh. Maybe you could just have an extremely high status in your...
Extremely high status? My experience with this and with, like, within friend groups and everything, like, just the relationships, not that I'm just in, just that I know of that are around, like, it's all just personalities, you know? It's all personalities. Nothing lasts longer than a few weeks without... You can go years and find out that you don't like someone's personality ultimately, but they had something at the beginning. Sheesh, if you lasted years. If I am sitting in a room, if I'm quiet the whole time and nothing would happen without me talking, then you're not fun to be around. If I could be quiet and still have fun in your presence, if I could be the energy sink for once, then there we go. If you know, it should be reciprocal anyway, but like... Fun people give themselves to others and they share, you know, with themselves. They share their thoughts, they share their feelings, they share their opinions, they share their time, their interests.
I'm talking about quality of life, the way that people treat you, the halo effect. So every interaction that you go into, you're going to be better off with a good looks package. So that's sort of what I'm looking for. Success of your career, everything.
Dude, I'm just looking to try to upgrade.
That's what I'm looks maxing for. So if you're taking all these extreme measures just for women, that might be a little bit silly, but there's just an entire, you know, complete picture that goes into it. Can you really blame most women for not wanting to be with this generation of men who are not financially well off, who are...
Capitalism.
You know, typically not good looking because of...
Every man in this age is not good looking? Oh my God.
Hair, you know, 2/3 of men by 21 having hair loss.
2/3 of men by 21 have hair loss?
Most men are having, you know, severe addictions to pornography. There's so many issues with the male space as well that I'm not sitting here and saying, oh, you know, women not wanting to date bottom percentile.
You mean like the corners of your brow? Like just the way our hairlines work? I don't know, man. Who gives a fuck? A lot of men, I mean, some men go bald. Who cares? It's just how your head looks. I don't care, man.
You know, women will watch this and see what you're saying and hear what you're saying.
I think being bald looks fine, yeah.
And shake their heads and go, no, you don't know what you're talking about. We're not like that at all.
Well, if they actually thought about it and weren't being performative, then they would realize I'm completely right.
Some men do look better bald, true.
Women say a lot of things, but if you watch the way that they act, it's typically complete opposite.
Pretty vague.
Right. So you see how just on my IRL streams, I'm such a bad guy and the personality matters, whatever, like you're saying, you're saying I'm being so critical of women, but, whenever I go out to the club, they're all hanging with me, not the, feminist jesters who are standing in the general admittance section.
Let's be real. When you go into a club, not every person in there is hanging out with you. When you go into the club that you always go to, on your live streams, they're clout farming you. Like, it isn't you, it's your clout. Like, and he would argue, well, I looks maxed, so I have clout. It's like kind of in this novel, look at this weirdo way / like your little sycophants that aren't going to get anything out of this. There's a problem with dating in general, and that's why my solution to it is to bash my face with a hammer and take dangerous steroids with no medical oversight. Well, he would say that he did do medical oversight because he really looked it up, okay? Has he considered not all women go clubbing? Not even close to most women. You can go clubbing, though, if you like. It doesn't sound like he does like it, though.
Feminist jesters. What do you mean by that?
I think he would mean me. Funny guys who are feminists.
I love those tattoos. I like your tattoos. What's your name?
Aww,
So I'm literally a top 0.000000001% SMB, and I literally can't get an MTV to give me the time of day.
Okay, I bet I could. I bet I fucking could. Holy shit. That is so fucking tragic.
Is what I'm doing a solution?
No, it isn't.
I think it's sort of the best option that people have nowadays because it's a lot easier to sort of ascend and transform your life through looks than becoming like a media star or some sort of, millionaire to be able to start getting girls.
You think you need to be a millionaire to start getting girls? I thought the goal... Okay, so if you don't like hypergamy, you want one. Otherwise, you endorse hypergamy. You can't engage in hypergamy and be opposed to it. You have to pick. So you want to find one stable relationship, or you want to fuck a lot of people? Yeah, you really don't need to be a millionaire to go on a date with somebody. What you need to do is actually put yourself out there so that you are going on date. Like, you have to engage in date-making behavior. You can't just sit somewhere and hope that date-making behavior runs into you. You are a dateable, normal person. You are cool. You can be fun to be around. You are a normal guy.
You are a regular guy. You can enter a space. You are a regular guy. You can enter a room. You are a regular guy. You can do that transaction. You are a regular guy. You know how to answer the phone. You are a regular guy. You know what sleep is. You are a regular guy. You know how to wake up. You are a regular guy. You know how to move through space. You are a regular guy. You know what it means to be you.
Wow, I found that one strangely inspiring.
He might be my favorite. Waisaki is growing on me. I'd crack a brewski with that fella.
Do you think you would be doing more for your community, for the world, by just being nice and pleasant to the people beside you or online, than just doing everything you can to look good and encouraging others to do the same?
But you're asking this question as if those things are mutually exclusive at all.
I mean, I don't feel like Clav has ever been nice to a guy.
What, can you not be a good-looking person who looks maxes and be nice? Like, even if you were to say that, you don't like me personally and you don't like the content I do, it's not like, people can't looks max and not be a piece of shit if that's what you're implying. But it doesn't really make any sense.
No, but you're not doing that. Do you think it would be good to do that? Do you think it would be good to do that?
No, it does, because it's where you draw the line. I mean, you produce content where you rate people's looks, right? And then you encourage people to do extreme things, some would see, like smashing a hammer on their face. So do you think that is a kind thing to be sending out into the world?
Do I think it's a common thing?
A kind thing to be sending out into the world?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see how that could be something that's kind or not kind. That binary doesn't make any sense.
Do you define kindness in a different way than everybody else? So it would be unkind to say that there's something inherently wrong with your bones by way of aesthetic pleasing. Your bones objectively are subjectively not perfect or whatever, you know? Would it be more or less pragmatic for people to be pleased with their given physiology rather than try to achieve unattainable or far-reaching goals of some kind of idea of perfection? Wouldn't it be more literally utilitarian to not put any resources towards this whatsoever? The answer is yes. So it's clear that there's like some virtue we're drawing on here. And it seems to just be that some people feel like being real handsome is going to get you ahead. But I've seen lots of real handsome guys doing, shit and like working in the mud,
So what would you say to a medical expert that says, teenagers shouldn't be doing those things?
Well, I wouldn't ever really talk to most medical experts because they're typically...
I wouldn't talk to most medical experts.
Jesters who are operating based off research that was done decades ago.
Wolf's Law is 200 years old, my guy. He did appeal to Wolf's Law. That's true.
If you're so happy with your life and you don't care about looking better, then don't do it. I'm not going to try to tell you that you have to bone smash or whatever, because it doesn't affect me in any way what other people do. I'm just saying that for the people who want to look better, well, here's an option for you.
You don't have to. Okay, here's how you're framing this. Life will be shit if you're ugly and good if you're not. You don't have to do this, but if you want to look good, you should do it. You're giving them two options, and one's bad and one's good. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Should people have to be medical experts to participate in combat sports, in high school football?
There's standards in all of these, and yeah, I think the standards should be high for safety for everything. Makes sense.
If you want to just call things out for being dangerous, how about you call out the risk of getting CTE from head trauma in football games?
We do.
Or wrestling matches.
What?
Like, this is so dangerous, really? I mean, who are we kidding here?
What happened in your life, or what was your life growing up, Clav, to make you feel like that this is the answer for you?
I took a look at a lot of these statistics, and it was based on also personal experiences to a degree.
I was 14 years old and no girls wanted to date me. You're kids.
I wasn't good looking growing up, and this left a lot of opportunities off the table. And after I ascended, things just started getting better for me. I mean, kind of look what happened. And it kind of happened in real time while I was posting about it. I became, a pretty big influencer, right? I made a lot of money, so things just went very well in a lot of areas of my life after I ascended. So I kind of proved my own point there.
I suppose you could see it from that perspective if you're him. You're like, it worked. I'm being affirmed. But really, it's the show of it, right? It's the exploitation of you that people are watching. It's reality TV. It's slop. So when you fall off and have a bad time and look good or better, what's the correlation going to be then? When women ignore you, what is it? Just women's fault and you have to be even better for them or something?
I'm of the firm belief that there's obviously a lot more to life than looking good, going to the club. That's my opinion.
Me too, brother.
You don't have to share it. But do you think you'll mature and change and look back on this with a little bit of regret?
Not at all. I mean, looks maxing has done wonders for my life. And like, what wouldn't you say?
Is it a lot?
I mean, yeah, that part's difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult to do the amount of content I do and stream the amount of hours. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely right. But I didn't have to.
Think about how many hours your streamer is streaming. Think about how many hours that we're here putting on a show And for what? To be adored? To start a cult? To stream Max.
Let it be known far and wide, Jake's a little bitch.
It's a little fucked up. I think that's fucked up to say. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I wish when 10 o'clock comes around that I could still keep clacking my keys and writing my little book. But during this subathon, I stopped writing my chapters. This is what I would rather be doing than streaming and it's writing, and that's the only other thing, really. And not even right now. Right now, I'm feeling very happy about it. I made sure not to start another chapter so I wouldn't be thinking about it while I was doing this, because I knew I would be trapped in the box. And I do not want to yearn for my typing pages.
Would you say you have a strong male or perhaps female role model in your life?
Rich Piana would be one of the biggest.
Who?
Content creators that I would watch growing up.
This guy?
Everybody got different genetics. But genetics don't wake you up in the morning. They don't make you train hard, and they sure don't make you eat all those meals. To unlock what you really got, it takes non-stop effort.
He had the hunger, he had the grind, but he just didn't have that structure, that kind of genetics for a naturally pleasing physique.
That isn't. So we're gonna say this is naturally pleasing. Not to be insulting. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this guy's not for everybody. I don't know about that. Rich died at 46.
Do you have a girlfriend? A partner?
Yeah, I mean, I hang out with a lot of girls. That's what I'll say. Do I identify as an incel? How could you ask me that question as a follow-up after you asked me about my relationships to women? I mean, that's quite literally the worst sequence of questions I think I've ever heard.
Well, let me rephrase it then.
What? No, you're linked to that community.
Looks maxing was obviously a term created by the incel community. How do you feel about being linked to that group?
Yeah.
I'm not linked to that group in any way.
No, you are.
Looks maxing is self-improvement.
No.
Right? So it's about potentially even ascending out of that category. So
you're not linked in any way, but it's about ascending out of that category. So the link is leaving the incel category? So you described the link in denying it?
Well, you've been seen with certain people who are from all parts of that world. I mean, just as an example, you've obviously shared company with Andrew Tate and other, dare I say, rather controversial figures.
Are you trying to... I see you want to make this political.
Not at all. I'm just curious.
Political?
No, that's what you want to do. Is
No.
You know you have
Not
two
at all.
questions,
Not
so
at
you
all.
wanna-
Not at all. I'm not.
You want to end
at all
it
doing that.
and talk about...
I'm just curious. No, not at all. I don't care about your politics. I know you're not political. You've said that repeatedly. I'm just, when you get seen with those people, obviously people make assumptions. I'm wondering what the thought process and motivation for you is behind.
Interview. I guess you watched the Piers interview.
I did, yeah.
The Piers.
Too bad I didn't have time to look into, anything about potentially, who your wife cheated with, but don't try to go down that line of questioning.
Who your wife cheated
with me, all right? Because I'm not doing any political.
I'm not married, Clav, but
I'm not married. I'm available.
I was simply only asking because obviously you've been filmed with these people.
So I could teach you about looks max, and then maybe you could switch that up. But thanks for the time. Appreciate the interview. All right.
Okay, it sounds like he was live and getting destroyed by his chat. That was a tough watch.